Okay, I know I have a question that you and me both agree on. Which driver in the paddock pissed off the stewards? Penalties galore, and this, yeah, penalties galore, and do we, and are we on the verge of a new world champion? We're about to find out on post-checkered flag. Everybody, Mike from LA1 here. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, welcome to the post-checkered flag for the Austrian Grand Prix. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is kind of sentimental because this is probably the last post-checkered flag, or possibly the second to last one, with F1 2020 as the background, discussing the race. Because next year, because in a couple of weeks, because we got the British Grand Prix, and that means the game comes out. Then F1 2021 comes out, and I'm hoping to get the game alongside MotoGP 21, so we'll try and get that as well. Yeah, I still want to know who pissed off the stewards. Was it Haas? Was it Mazepin? Was it Lando? We're never going to know until we have that drivers meeting. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the top 10 and who scored points in the Austrian Grand Prix. Okay, here's a bit of our programming things here coming up. So coming up, we do have more Road to F1 2021 featuring my team, my driver, and my team career mode. And I know one got disliked. I should have probably explained it a little more. If you thought I was clickbaiting. I apologize. I should have done a better job explaining it. More of that. We got the Road to F1 2021 career coming up. More of that coming up. I mean, we got college basketball I'm still filming. That'll air in a couple of days. I know I have a 4th of July fireworks really posted, but it's going to be airing after my Knox vlog from June, which I still need to get up as well. But I do have something planned, and it's going to expand my theme park schedule. I'm not going to say what it is, but you're going to be really happy when you see this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now let's get to see who scored the points at the Austrian Grand Prix. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to see who scored points in this year's Austrian Grand Prix. And oh, that's right, I practice. No need for spoiler, folks. Possibly. Alright, in 10th place, Fernando Alonso. In 9th place, Pierre Gasly. In 7th place, Charles Leclerc. In 7th place, Daniel Ricciardo. In 6th place, Sergio Perez. In 5th place, Carlos Sainz. In 4th place, get in there, Lewis Hamilton. In 3rd place, with his 3rd podium of the season, continuing his breakout year, Lando Norris. And in 2nd place, to whom it may concern, fuck you, it's Valtteri Bottas. And in 1st place, Max Verstappen with the Austria sweep. Unbelievable. Of course, we got to talk about some of the things before we get to the big one, which is the stewards. First off, we got to talk about the Austrian national anthem before the race. And honestly, I never thought rock and roll would fit. But, jeez, that was certainly different, to say the least. Although, I will say this, though. We had a couple of DNFs. One happened almost immediately with Esteban Ocon having had entire issues because I believe he hit Gasly and then Giovinazzi bumped into him, causing his to break his suspension, putting Ocon out of the race. And then we're going to talk about this. Almost immediately, we had a moment between Lando Norris and Sergio Perez, where Perez was trying to make the move on Norris, but Norris apparently pushed him off the track. But the thing is, if you watch the replay, Yeah, if you watch the replay, Norris didn't actually touch him. And what did the stewards think? Do you think, oh, we're going to look at this and see, oh, is it a penalty? Nope. Gave him a 10-second time penalty. And to be fair, Lando unleashed his inner Kimi Räikkönen, and he went for the for what? And honestly, I don't know. That was probably the more questionable penalties. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, several minutes later, Yuki Tsunoda got a 10-second time penalty for not committing to the line. Apparently, I think he crossed the line. His tire was over the line, which I think that was caused the penalty. And if that wasn't crazy enough, he did that same. Almost near the end of the race, he did it again, and he got another time penalty. Like, what the fuck, Yuki? I'm starting to think he got called up to Formula One a little too soon, on just like a certain somebody from Russia. But we'll get to Mazepin in a little bit. And I know a lot of you guys were shocked that Lewis didn't podium this past week. And honestly, I was too. Apparently, he had damage to his car, which pretty much was a blessing for Lando. But man, what a breakout year, and shows what resilience Lando has as a driver. But of course, probably one of the big sucks news, and I gotta have to talk about this one. George Russell. He was in the top 10 all day. But then, right near the end, Fernando Alonso broke a lot of Williams fans' hearts and gave Haas a breathed sigh of relief. Although, to be fair, Williams still technically has the tiebreaker, at least for now, anyway. Because for all we know, we could see Haas score a point, probably from Schumacher. What, you're expecting it from Mazepin? But then again, stranger things have happened. And honestly, I feel bad for Fernando. Probably got hated. He probably got nuclear heat for passing Russell in the final lap of the race. But now back to the penalties. But then the penalties started checking up for Checo, because Checo got penalties for blocking Charles Leclerc. And holy shit, I think it was more obvious than the Lando one. And he got 2 penalties twice. If you think the first one he would have overcome, but nope, not the second one, because they added time to his clock. And here's where things start to get crazy. There were penalties after the race as well, because there was a major wreck at the end featuring Kimi Räikkönen, which, boy, it was a scary one. And I think Sebastian Vettel got a penalty. I don't think that was involved in the wreck, which he caused the DNF, but he still finished 17th behind the Haas's, because I think it was because the Haas's were 2 laps down, I think. But here's what's crazy. There was the yellow flag. And boy, if you thought the stewards were strict, but apparently they're telling the back marker teams to go fuck themselves. Let me explain. Nicholas Latifi. He was definitely trying to slow to speeds, but apparently it wasn't good enough for the stewards. Instead, they gave him a 30-second time penalty and 3 points to his license. And what's crazy, and speaking of which, we know we have yet to bring him up already. You know who else also got penalized? Yep, Nikita Mazepin. And to be honest, I've looked everywhere for this. He also got the same penalty. Like, oh boy, that's a tad bit strict, harsh. And I think and the sad thing is, people are saying, why are Mazepin and Latifi getting penalized, and yet Carlos Sainz, whoops, this is not F1 2021 yet. Yet Sainz just breezed right through. I don't know who the hell pissed off the stewards, but hopefully they can stay in their lane when we get to the British Grand Prix. Alright everyone, I think that's practically it. From here, I'll see you guys after the checkered flag. Thanks for watching. And the next post-checker flag will be Road America, which will air tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Western Time.